everyone, this is Ming. Today I'll be sharing with you regarding Equinix customer portal, the 3 type of user roles on ECP and how you can and what are the restrictions for these 3 different type of user roles. The 3 different type of user roles in ECP are mainly the master administrator, the Ibex administrator, and a normal user. So today I'm logged in as a master admin user. So for a master admin is like a super admin. So a master admin will have control on the user administration items over users in the entire organization. Okay, as a master admin, you will have access to the administration tab here, where you can do a few actions relating to user management, whereby you can create new users, manage the users' permissions, and their access into ECP. You can also perform activities such as account and security management, where you can control things like opting in for multi-factor authentication and setting your billing notification contacts. And if you are a reseller, and if you are belonging to a reseller organization, you would also then see one more tab here, which is the reseller customer management. But today we will be focusing on user management. So as a master admin, you will have access to this tab, and if you enter into it, you can see all the users in your organizations, and you can manage the user administration activities regarding these users. So the key features of a master admin is creating new users or managing the users. For master admin, you are super admin, so it doesn't matter whether another user is a master admin, an Ibex admin, or a normal user. You will be able to view their profiles, manage their permissions, copy permissions to and from for another user. You can also assist the user to create their password if this is a new user. You can also deactivate and activate and terminate a user. Okay, so master admin is super admin. A master admin will be able to do all of these activities for users in their organizations on their behalf. All right, so this is a master admin. So there are 2 other user roles in ECP, mainly the Ibex admin and a user. Now I will navigate to an Ibex admin to show you the key differences between a master administrator and an Ibex administrator. So I'm going to use this Ibex admin. I will log out and I will sign in as this Ibex admin. All right, so I have logged in as an Ibex admin this time, and on an initial view, the Ibex admin and the master administrator will also see this administration tab. However, do note that Ibex admin, they will only be able to see the user management tab. They will not be able to control anything related to account and security management, and they will not be able to control anything with regards to resellers. Okay, so when I go into user management, okay, why not I start with the Ibex admin profile. All right, through the profile, you will be able to see that this person is an Ibex administrator, and also if you were to check out this user's permissions, I will show you the user's permissions for one of the items, for one permissions. So you will notice that this user has permissions for most of the IBXs that this user is in. However, this person does not have the permissions to AT4, VX1, and also ML5. So these are key things to note, as well as RJ2. These are key things to note for an IBX admin, all right? Because the key difference is a master administrator can assign permission to any IBX in their organizations to any users, even if the master admin does not have same permission to the same IBX themselves. Okay, but an IBX admin cannot. Let me show you the difference. So now this is the IBX admin's permissions. One key thing to note is this user does not have the permission for AT4. All right, and let me go to administration tab to view all the users in this organization. So an IBX admin can view all the users in the same organization. However, when I want to do an action, okay, this is a master admin, you will notice that for an IBX admin, you can only view the profile of another master admin. You cannot perform permission changes. You cannot perform any account changes to a master admin's profile. All right. IBX admin can only perform changes to another user's profile and not IBX master and IBX or master admin. All right. So I can manage the permission of another user. Let me go into this. Okay. And let's say I go into the same ordering permissions. Okay. Remember just now, AT4, this IBX admin does not have the permissions to AT4. Hence, when IBX admin wants to assign permissions to other users, they cannot assign for AT4 because simply they themselves don't have the permission to. So if an IBX admin doesn't have the permission for an IBX, then they cannot assign the permission for that same IBX to other users as well. So this is the key difference between a master admin and an IBX admin. All right. So the key takeaway is that a master admin has the ability to do everything. Okay, the master admin can assign permissions to all users regardless of their own permissions. A master admin in the administration tab will be able to see the account and security management as well as reseller management if they are a reseller. But for IBX admin can only access user management, and IBX admin can only assign permissions to which they have the same permission for the same IBX for. And also a master admin, they can only assign the permissions for a user only. They cannot touch any permissions with relations to another master admin or even another IBX admin. Let me show you here. If I filter by the IBX admin role, so you would see the same. Even for another IBX admin, you can only view their profile. Right? Now I will log in as a normal user to show you the difference between normal user as compared to the administrator roles. Okay, now I'm in as a regular user. So the key difference is in a regular user, you will not see the administration tab. All right. The only way a normal user can check their own permissions is through the profile tab here. Under my profile, a user can only view their own permissions that they have. And this would only be in view only mode. They will not be able to do any edits to their permission. So everything is only in view only mode. All right. A user can also view their own profile. However, please note that with regards to the first name and last name, if a user has IBX access permission granted, they will not be able to edit their first name and last name at will. This is because we want the master administrator to be aware of this change to first name and last name, as it will impact the IBX security access form and the access into the IBX itself. All right. So if you do need to change the first name and last name and find that you are unable to do so, this is firstly because the user has IBX access granted. So the master admin will have to make the changes on their behalf. Okay, but otherwise a user will be able to still edit their own user profile. This will be the same for all users, regardless of whether they are a master admin, an Ibex admin, or a normal user. Okay, so this is the difference between the three key roles in ECP: a master admin, Ibex admin, and a normal user.